As I told you that I come from the remote village in the western Nepal, which is 25 kilometers west of Pokhara, and then climb up something like half an hour. And I studied my school back in the village, which was very nice, walking all the way up in the mountain, go down to the river, climb up in the mountain, every day walking 4 hours, to go back and forth to school, which was very good days, I completed my school from the village and I came to Pokhara for my study, and I did my graduation from Pokhara. And then when I was in Pokhara, my background was sports, I used to play basketball and handball, and I was very much interested in sports, And then I came to Kathmandu for my master's degree. At the same time, I wanted to find a job in Kathmandu because I had to find job anyway in Kathmandu to live here in Kathmandu. So I joined my master's degree. At the same time, I tried to find a job. It was very difficult to find a job. I have no one that I know here in Kathmandu. I rent a small room. We stay, one of my friend and myself, we share the room. We used to cook the food by ourselves, And I was trying to find a job, very difficult. And in some way, I happened to be getting a training, cultural tour guide training, And then I did the training for 3 months, And even after that, I didn't get a job, Then I was more interested in sports. Then I found a chance to do track leader trainings for about 3 months. Then I had to do training for climbing, mountain climbing, and I did that course. And after that, I didn't get a job. So some of our friends and myself, we went to the Ministry of Tourism. We have no job. We have done so much of training. We have studied well, And what can you do for us, And at the same time, the government decided to give us a chance to be a liaison officers, Actually, there were some traditional liaison officers, government officers. They were not going to the base camp, And what we propose to the government is we are a well-educated person, and we have a climbing training, We have climbed the mountains, We have a certificate of mountain climbing, from Nepal Mountaineering Association. We want, give us a chance. We will maintain the spirit of the liaison officers, And the government let us a chance to be a liaison officers. And finally, I also got a chance to be a liaison officer with the Russian Everest expedition team in 1992 spring season. Actually, the trekking company and the Russian, they wanted me to stay here in Kathmandu. They were happy. They don't wanted me to go up in the mountain with them, But I was not that kind of liaison officers, I wanted to be with the team, to go up in the mountain, stay there full time, and show them a truly example of liaison officers, And I had to do a lot of convince, Finally, okay, they let me to be with them. And the Lukla flight always cancelled, And my group's flight was first flight, mine was second flight. The first flight flew, second flight cancelled. The flight was cancelled for 3-4 days, and they already up in the mountain. I was 3-4 days late, Finally, I flew to Lukla, and then think what to do. My group is already in the mountain, and I'm supposed to be with the group, And as a liaison officer, it was my learning time as well. And then what I did is I meet a Sherpa called Kaji Sherpa. Kaji Sherpa was a cook with the group. And I meet Kaji in Lukla. And Kaji told me that I should go slowly, I will get sick, And I said, Kaji, no, I'm not getting sick. I'm a strong man. I have already done climbing. I have climbed something like a 600-meter peaks, and I will not get sick. I will walk with you, And he tried to convince me, but I was kind of, I was something like 25, 26. Actually, I then Kaji and I walked together, and we had never stopped. We walk and walk. I walked to base camp in 5 days, And when I was in Gorakse, I was started getting tired, Kaji Sherpa went earlier, and I took some rest in the morning, and I just said, I will come catch you at base camp. I will come up slowly. I said, Kaji, I was a bit tired, and and I started to walk slowly from Gorakse to Everest Base Camp. That part is the most difficult part to reach Everest Base Camp, Gorakse to Everest Base Camp, where you have to walk through the Khumbu icefall. Glacier, Yeah, from Gorakse to base camp, about 3 hours walk, it's glacier, So little ups and downs, rocks, it's a difficult walk, for someone who is tired,
Yeah.
And even at that time, I was not that much aware of altitude sickness. I was thinking, I'm a young man, I have done climbing, my background is sports, I will just go at base camp, no problem. I walked slowly, I was tired. At the same time, there was a snowfall, and walking alone, the snowfall started getting bigger, and I was confused what to do. There is no trail, I didn't see people around here, what to do. I was more scared, And a little bit further, I saw one yak carrying something for base camp. What I decided is I should catch this yak, who knows the trail, and follow Everest Base Camp, Actually, I tried to run. I was even more tired, Finally, I got to base camp in 5 days. When I got to base camp, there was a tent ready for Liaison Officer. They offered me a cup of tea. I said, no, I'm not drinking tea. I want my tent. I'm tired. I want to sleep, And they saw me a tent, It was rocks up and downs, And anyway, I just went inside the tent. I was very tired. I tried to sleep, And actually, I could not sleep well. I was suffocating. What to do? And it was getting darker, evening, And Kaji and Kaluman, they were two, one Sardar, one cook. They invited me for dinner. I said, no, I'm not eating dinner. I am tired. Let me take rest. And Kalu and Kajiman said, I think you are sick. I said, no, I'm not sick, But I didn't want to eat. I didn't want to drink, They forced me to drink a bowl of soup. I said, no, I'm not drinking a bowl of soup. I'm tired. I would just want to take rest, And by the time I got sort of breath, like this, And I found very difficult to get breath. And I thought, I didn't know much about altitude sickness. I thought I locked the tent and difficult to get breath. I opened the zipper. It was windy, I tried to get breath. It's still difficult,
Yeah.
I was inside the tent, what to do. And initially, I don't wanted to tell Kaji and Kaluman that I'm sick, I wanted to hide, I wanted to show them I'm a strong man, But finally, I got very, very tired and it was difficult breath. There was no way, very difficult to get breath. It was getting dark and dark. And finally, I think I'm very sick, And I got up, I went to knock the tent of Kaji and Kaluman. And very tired. Even very difficult to walk from here to that place. And I knocked the tent and I said, I think I'm sick, Kaluman and Kaji. And they were telling me, blaming me, you are not eating, you are not drinking, so that you are sick. Last night we invite you for dinner to drink soup, you didn't have anything, And anyway, there was no other option. And with the Russian group, I could not speak Russian and they could not speak English with the group, Nowadays, there is Everest ER, but at that time, 1992, and they used to have some individual doctor, And the Russian language problem, so that my team Sardar and cook, they brought me to a British camp, we knocked the British doctor. And British doctor got up and just and we explained what happened to me, And it was actually altitude sickness. I was suffering from I was getting severe, And the British doctor said, he gave me some medicine. I don't know what was the medicine. And I had that medicine. And he advised me to go down. It was already midnight, 12 o'clock at midnight. But it looks pretty like a sunny day because of the full moon day. It was a full moon day. The mountains are glittering, shining, and the trail was so clear, And I decided I was, there was no other option. I had to walk down. Otherwise, I was feeling very difficult. I was even not able to hold myself, I had to hire some help. So Kaluman again was agreed to brought me down, We started to walk down. From base camp 2 o'clock at midnight, and we were walking down. By the time I was very tired, and I was holding the shoulder of Kaji and walking down. I was half conscious, I was not unconscious, but I was feeling very difficult to hold myself, and started to bad headache. On the way down, what I was thinking is, in case if I am collapsed on the way, I will collapse. In case if I am able to walk up to Feriche, there are doctors where they will save my life. I have that notion. And I was only thinking in my mind, there is doctors at Feriche, I'm sure I will be able to walk down up to Feriche. I have that energy. I was thinking that way, And I was walking down, and by next morning, I came to Dugla, where there was a little bit of sunshine in the morning, and I just wanted to have a cup of tea at least, I just wanted to take rest, I was thinking that Feriche is getting closer, and I'm closer with the doctor. I was not having meal for the further day, and no dinner. At least I wanted to have a cup of tea, I just stay in a stone platform at Dugla, and I said, Kaluman, I just want to drink a cup of tea, And Kaluman said, hey, it's good, you want to drink a tea, And he brought me a tea, and I had a cup of tea. It was just sunshine, I had a little bit of hope that I will survive, And finally, I went to Feriche. I see the doctor at Feriche. And they were so surprised, I was suffering from both hip and hips. If I didn't come back at the night, 12 o'clock at midnight, I would have been died. I made a good decision. I walked down on time, even if it is at 12 o'clock at midnight, And I was suffering from hip and hips. And doctor put me into a gamma bag, and they gave me some medicines, I got a little bit better, and doctor advised me to go down to Kathmandu, because this is a rules that if you are suffering from haze and haze, you have to go back to Kathmandu. Don't stay there mountain, don't go up again. I said, no, I am here in a mission. I am a liaison officer. I have to stay here for 2.5 months, 2 months, I have to show the real spirit of liaison officers, and maybe next time I get a chance to be a liaison officer, No, I don't go. You give me some medicine, I will get better, and I will go back to base camp again. I said the doctor like this, and doctor, and I stayed that day, and I got a little bit better, And next day also I stayed there. I listened the lecture of altitude sickness. I didn't know what is altitude sickness, And I stayed there for 3 days at Feriche. I thought I'm completely better. And from that day, I have never made a mistake to make a rapid ascent, And after 3 days, and actually doctor wanted me to go back, but I decided to go up. But not like the first time I went, And I went up slowly. I tried to listen to my body. I went to Dugla. I think I'm fine. I went to Lavuche. I'm fine. I have no headache. I'm not tired, I'm okay. I stayed there in Lobuche for 2 more days, and then went to Gorakhsep. I think I'm fine. And finally, I went to base camp and I stayed there for 45 days.